So it's Mac Daddy Trader here. I just wanted to show you guys the new tradingregime.com platform, and I have a free tier here that anyone can go sign up with an email for, and I just want to show you what all this can do. So currently you're going to see a page kind of like this prior to sign up, and basically what we have in here is a daily regime gate analyzer, sector rotation playback engine, 50 plus validated edges tracked out of sample daily, and some intermarket comparative analytics. All of these have been rigorously tested and use the same type of professional methodology used by top quantitative research desks. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get the disclaimer up and we can get started. First, check out our dashboard. Here, you're going to be able to see your VIX relative, and that's your volatility index, basically how crazy or calm or stressed the market is. And this is our rolling version that I've come up with. You definitely want to have dynamic capabilities. And that's what this rolling version of volatility regime does. It takes and it tells you right here, everything. What's nice about this site is that everything that this particular site does, it tells you what it's doing and how it's doing it, and with what confidence intervals it's using. So you're not going to have anything on here that did not have a reason for being on here. All right. Regime gate. This basically just tells you this is a nice little mix of certain parameters that if they all pass, you definitely have an open gate, and it tells you some statistics as to what your drawdown could be expected as based on this gate. Same when the gate is closed. You're going to have some statistics that are validated there as well. Next, this SPY trajectory section, you're basically showing when the gate's open, when the gate's closed, and how it changes price for SPY percentage. Next, you have quality score. This basically just tells you the quality breadth, the cap breadth and depth of how, let's say, a cap weighted versus an equal weighted entity is in the particular sizes or sectors. For instance, right here we have tech. Okay. Next, we have sector health, and it shows you a 20-day relative strength versus SPY assessment for each of these sectors in U.S. equities. All right. And right now you can obviously see tech is leading the way by a huge margin, and materials is pretty much the exact opposite. It also gives you some adjustments here that you can change, or you can have it static there. There's some other areas here like foreign equity health and trade universe that tell you exactly what they're doing, and that you can upgrade to Pro to see those. And all of this updates daily. Next, we have seasonal macro calendar. Whatever type of trading you're doing, this can help you keep you on the path of least resistance. Next, let's go to universe. So universe right here. This has the universal relative strength engine that shows price plus relative strength. And we have the price right here, rebase to 100. So we start at 0% on any given day side. And then we also have relative strength right here. So what we can do is currently on the free tier, you have all the sectors. And we can cancel those out. All of these extra ones are when you upgrade to Pro. But right now, I can show you a couple of these, and you can see how they interact relative to SPY. So if you see that, hey, right here, we're going down, but all these are going up, or we cross over, it just gives you a really nice understanding. And then right here, this is really cool because you can see relative to SPY, this is where these particular things are. They're in the lagging quadrant. And if we upgrade to Pro or Elite, we can have some basically tails that come through here that show you the different paths that they took. Also, there would be a play button here that can show you the last couple days and how they moved throughout this entire area. All right, and these are adjustable. So is the benchmark. All these are adjustable on upgrades, and you get a lot more time depth throughout upgrading to elite. Also, you can have a volatility adjusted as well, which is highly recommended for quantitative analysis. Next, we have Compass. It has a couple of highly selected things that a lot of people look at to determine what type of regime or what type of sentiment is going on in the global economy. And I have highlighted some ones that are more statistically backed, these three right here, and these are all in the free tier. So you're going to be able to see that and the adjustment for it. You can change the dates, all that sort of thing. Next, we have Edges. Edges is the coolest part of this entire system because what we have here is a whole list of back-tested, in-sample, and out-of-sample strategies that are not dependent on each other, that are completely independent. There's some that are volatility adjusted and some that aren't, and I just put those in there too just so you can see the differences and which ones you would rather take. But yeah, there's a ton of these here. You get 2 for free just to sign up, right? And we're going to show you these. And when you click on this, IWM outperforms over the next 60 trading days. So this suggests that, let's say if you put on a trade for the next 60 trading days, this would have positive expectancy. All right. And that's based on a ton of different backtest, forward test, average moves, max drawdown, sample sizes, Sortino, and Kalmar ratios. All right, and what's cool is if you don't know what any of these particular things mean, I have some call outs right here that you can read a little bit and see what it's talking about. And there's a lot to learn in this. If you click on this out of sample section, we will be able to see some historical things going on here. So you can go in sample, out of sample, and see how this orange amber line right here is the strategy, and then right here we have SPY. And so it just basically tells you at different times how this particular strategy worked relative to SPYs. But that just shows you how detailed the math is behind this. And your max drawdown, probably somewhere around here, but you can just kind of see what's going on with all of these. That's a good example of the performance section. And if you just went and clicked on performance, depending on how many edges you have access to, you can actually combine them and get some really cool outperformance metrics going that you're trading. Also, something I want to point out is that when you sign up with your email, you are automatically enrolled in getting daily updated alerts of what's triggered and what's gone in play or activated. So you'll get to see those as they appear, and you'll also get triggers that say, hey, 1 day remaining on this strategy before it ends, and then it'll say, hey, this strategy has completed its trade for the session. Next, I want to show you the library. So the library is just all different kinds of things that give you a better understanding of what we're doing at tradingregime.com. So if you want, click on one of these, read it. It tells you how long it takes to read. You can even go into one and you can copy the link and share it to your friends and family. And it basically gives you a deep dive into certain aspects of what tradingregime.com does. And that'll probably unfold a little more as we go. And finally, if we go over to pricing, we can see that all you have to do is sign up and you will have a free tier. Monthly, annual, doesn't matter. You can do that. You can always upgrade. We have a 14-day trial going on for the pro version, so that way you can mess around with a lot of those pro blocked areas, and that's $69 a month after the trial. And we also have $621 for the year, and the elite prices there are there as well. This just gives you an assessment of, hey, based on the strategy, again, performance is not indicative of future results, but this should show you how much your access pays off, based on the size of account you have, based on visualizing the validated library winnings, triggers, magnitude scaled to your own account size. So that'd be 16.7 months of elite access, if you had a 250K account and you're trading on a 2% reference figure. Okay? And this just gives you the detail of what's all included. I hope that helped you understand a little bit more of tradingregime.com. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment. Hit me up. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.